Greetings, warrior. Listen to the words of Kalis, the unforgettable. What does it mean to live a warrior's life? Herein are the words of the greatest of all Klingons. Here is the way to live an honorable life as a Klingon. No matter what your occupation, this is the ultimate guide to honor. These words come to us from the KAGkon, the Klingon Art of War, translated by Keith R.A. DeCandido. All gather round and hear the words of Kalis. Kapla.
Discover and declare your true self. When you push yourself in combat with an equal, every facade is stripped away and your true self shines forth. Kalis, the unforgettable, taught us the lessons of honor and how to achieve it through combat and challenge. Kalis lived the path, inspired others to follow that path, demanded each of us to live a life increasing our own personal honor. He left us a powerful legacy, principles to build our lives on, principles that call on us to show the world what we are, show the world how much we value our honor, show the world that we do not fight merely to spill blood, but to enrich the spirit, as Kalis told us. Show that spirit. Tik ij yig an beast suv ta vis. Reveal your true self in combat. Consider Kalis' story of the two children, a boy and a girl. The boy was a strong lad and declared his intention to be a warrior. The girl, though younger and smaller, also wished to become a warrior. But the boy laughed at her desire. "You are too weak," he told her. The boy, knowing he was strong, lived for years off that strength, never doing anything more to improve his skills. The girl set about learning the Mokbara, studying games of strategy, and learning blade work from an experienced instructor. She remained physically frail, but had learned to use what she had been given in the best manner possible. Years later, they met again, and the girl challenged the boy with her tiklet. He laughed at her, but pulled his own weapon. At first, the boy's strength gave him the advantage, but as the fight continued, the girl could see his lack of understanding for the weapon he was using. She formulated a plan and drew his defenses away and purged her sword into his chest. Suvlu ta vis yapbek hosne. Brute strength is not the most important asset in a fight. It is not the physical body that determines the abilities of the soul. It is the heart. Do you have the heart of a warrior? Do you strive to improve the skills you have stored there? Be sov beige be di timor. When in doubt, surprise them. I'd mentioned that the girl had studied strategy games. Kalis found one of these quite fascinating, Klinza, or Game of the People. During his travels following his battle against Morath, Kalis journeyed from the first city to the distant peninsula of Kalorans to bring the laws of honor to the people in that region. There, one day, he discovered two people, Kaprav and Visar, playing the game and became intrigued by it. They taught Kalis what to do with the 9 green stones and the 9 gold ones. He then spent the rest of the day playing each person in turn. They told Kalis they had invented the game to hone combat strategies in those who played it. They also told him that no one had mastered the game as quickly as Kalis had, but we all knew that was the way of Kalis. Kalis took this game with him, teaching it to the leaders of the peoples he wanted to bring under his united Klingon people. Some leaders he found were simplistic in their strategies, and he easily defeated their armies. Others, he discovered, were quite in-depth at their strategies, and those leaders he left for later conquests after his armies had swelled. Other games, such as Bak Krul and Krak Gintak, will develop the physical skills that will help you as a warrior, but none will enrich the spirit like Kinza. Every game ends with the victor thanking the loser for a good game. Taska ta KAGkon, a pleasant game. My compliments to a worthy opponent. The manner in which you hold your weapon says much about your character. Do you hold your weapon ready for battle or just store it for easy carrying? A warrior who holds their weapons ready to fight assure their foes that they know what they're doing. Not a warrior to be trifled with. KAGkon had always been the best defended fortress of the empire, but it was almost brought down by the actions of a traitor from the house of Taklat. Traveling under the guise of a maintenance inspector, Taklat came to sabotage the base by shutting down the shield generators. He was discovered by the base operations chief, Lieutenant Vodlog. After shooting Vodlog in the back, the two were discovered by the base commander, Commander Benora. Taklat claimed Vodlog was attempting to sabotage. Benora looked at the nearly deceased Vodlog. In that glance, she knew Vodlog was not the traitor and immediately slew Taklat. Their combat has stripped these warriors to their true selves. Benora had seen the difference. KAGkon. Listen to the voice of your blood. Combat is the way of the warrior. While noble, most of us must find other ways to reveal our true selves. What are your actions in your everyday life? It is fine to let the combat of equal warriors progress, but what do you do if 3 warriors are attacking a single individual down an alley? That's an easy one. What do you do if you find someone spreading lies about the chancellor or a merchant overcharging someone? There are ways you can combat dishonorable actions in your everyday life. You must be prepared to meet them head on. Show your true self, that honorable warrior inside you. Combat strips away the pretensions we hide behind in life. Let combat show us the way to center ourselves. When everything else is stripped away, that which remains is your truest self. Let the true self shine. Hold it like a banner as you go forward, beyond victory, beyond defeat, beyond the greatest need. Honor remains. Be the warrior with no more secrets. Unfurl your banner of honor and show the world your true self.
Do you feel the call to honor? Kailash gave you that calling. He gave it to you, but it is up to you to nurture it. You must protect your honor. Nobody can do it for you. You must find your own way to walk the path of honor. Kailash lived that path, inspired others to follow that path, demanded each of us live a life increasing our own personal honor following that path. He left us powerful teachings, principles to build our lives on, principles that call on us to work to improve our honor. A warrior must guard against the frailties of spirit, internal flaws that will gnaw at his resolve to accomplish his goals. As Kailash said, all Klingons have weakness. Warriors know how to hunt their weaknesses and cut them out. Jepuj Yichao, destroy weakness. What is more treacherous than a deceitful friend, more wounding than a mate's betrayal, or painful than a child's scorn? The frailties within ourselves. We know they are there and holding us back. We see them all the time, causing us to stray from honor's path. Your own weakness is more powerful than an enemy's strength. It can stay your hand when it is time to strike. Weakness will emerge from within at the crux of danger. It will stay your hand, choke your courage, bind your valor, and cripple your will. You cannot let it. You must seek out your weaknesses and slay them mercilessly. Remove them. Do not let them turn you from the path of honor. Weakness will multiply if allowed. Eliminate them before they can lead you astray. There was once a pair of warriors who both desired the same woman for their mate. They chose the honorable path by fighting an honorable duel. During the duel, one of them was wounded in the eye, losing it, and the other received a wound to his arm that crippled it. The woman decided to marry another. The warrior who lost the use of his arm did not feel he could be a warrior any longer and chose Mak Tovor, an honorable end to his life. The warrior who lost his eye took another path. He chose to learn a fighting technique that took into account his single eye. He had all of his training partners attack him from his blind side. Kailash heard about this warrior and challenged him to a friendly duel. Kailash did him the honor of attacking him from his blind side. Kailash was impressed by the warrior's ability to deflect the blows aimed at his blind side. Defeat teaches the astute warrior new ways to accomplish goals. Find your weaknesses. Defeat them. After the Hurk invasion, many of our people wanted to remain safe on Kronos. For Kailash had said, "We are Klingons. We need no one else." But Kailash had also pointed to a faraway star and said it would be there that he would return, which some took as his wish for the people to take to the stars. To mend the broken spirit of the Klingon people, Chagrin assembled a fleet of several ships and left Kronos to conquer the universe. He never returned, but he inspired our people to leave Kronos and challenge the galaxy. He destroyed the weakness within the Klingon people to sit back and lick their wounds. Instead, he declared to the universe, Klingon Mach! Sometimes the weakness before you can be disguised, and a warrior must discover what it truly is. Captain Kang's was destroyed in what he thought was an encounter with a Federation ship. He was able to bring a handful of his warriors over with him to the USS Enterprise. A running battle for control of the ship took place, with no warrior remaining dead, no warrior traveling to Sto-vo-kor, while Kang and his crew were on a path to honor and potential glory. They were playing the game of an alien entity. When this weakness in their action was discovered, they destroyed that weakness by taking actions unusual for a Klingon, laughing in the face of the enemy, and defeated the plans of the alien. Find your weakness, discover the flaws in your action, then destroy the weakness by correcting your actions. In everyday life, weaknesses may not be so easily to discover. If a blacksmith starts forging his blades with fewer strokes, infrequent clenching, or a decrease in forged temperatures than what he had been taught, he might be making a blade that looks good, but could have a structural problem down the line that could cause it to fail when the warrior using it needs it the most. Taking shortcuts may not be a weakness, but they must be investigated to ensure that they cause no inferiority to the item produced. Don't be like this blacksmith. Treat your work like your life depends on it, for your honor definitely does. How do you treat your fellow warriors? How do you treat non-alien warriors you may encounter? Both will affect your honor, both the internalized honor and in the honor of people who see you on display. Is there weakness in these encounters? Do you shy away from strangers and greet them proudly? Do you treat them as though they have the same honor as you do until they prove otherwise? How you deal with others tells them how they should deal with you. How do you want them to treat you? As an honorable Klingon warrior or a weak fool? Discover your weaknesses and destroy them. Grow your honor.